A habit is a redundant set of automatic, unconscious thoughts, behaviors, and emotions that's acquired through repetition. A habit is when you've done something so many times that your body actually knows how to do it better than your conscious mind. It's a habit. So people wake up in the morning and they run through the same routine every single day. And the routine is mapped out neurologically in their brain. If they have the thought of the coffee maker, they make the choice to go over there. They do the thing to make the coffee. They have the experience of drinking it, and they feel the emotion associated with it. That becomes a pattern. It becomes more automatic. It becomes second nature. So we have a series of these redundant patterns then, and in time, we lose our free will to a set of programs, and the body is programmed into the predictable future based on what we've done in the past. And that's how we lose the free will to a set of programs. So that habituation is the predictable future, and that's the known. And other people wake up in the morning and they romance their memories of the past. They think about the problems that they have in their lives, and those problems are connected to certain people and certain objects and certain things at certain times and places. And since the brain is a record of the past, the moment they remember that problem, they're thinking in the past. And every one of those problems has an emotion that's associated with it. So the moment the person feels unhappy, the moment the person feels fear, the moment the person feels unworthy, the moment the person feels sad, now the body's in the past. Because thoughts are the language of the brain and feelings are the language of the body, and how we think and how we feel creates our state of being. And so it's that thought and that feeling, it's that image or that memory and the emotion, it's that stimulus and response that's conditioning the body to become mind of that emotion. And now the body is so objective that it does not know the difference between the real life experience that's creating the emotion and the emotion that person is creating by thought alone. And the body's reliving the same past experience over and over again. And if we can't think greater than how we feel, or feelings have become the means of thinking, then we're thinking in the past. And if we believe that our thoughts have anything to do with our destiny, then our future is going to look a lot like our past. So that familiar past also is the known. And so what we discovered is that if you could teach a person to, when their body's sitting in a meditation, as an example, and it's off schedule, it's used to feeling angry at 8 o'clock in the morning because it watches the news. The person experiences traffic every day. They get 11 o'clock, they check their emails, and they start judging other people. There's a set of familiar emotions that person has been living by. We discovered that if a person can sit past that memory, that they can sit past that emotion that causes them to get aroused, to get frustrated, to get impatient, that's the emotion that causes the person to quit. And they have this conclusion that they can't meditate, or they can't focus, or they have ADD. It's a story they tell themselves about the past. We discovered, though, that when a person sits past those thoughts that say, I can't, it's too hard, I'll never change, I need a brain scan, there's something wrong with me, it's my mother's fault. And they're curious to see what's on the other side of that thought. When their body gets aroused and frustrated, instead of giving up and saying, I have too many things to do, that they actually learn a way to settle the body back down into the present moment. And it's David versus Goliath. And every time we can become conscious that we get emotional, we get frustrated, we get impatient, and we settle the body down, we're executing a will now that's greater than the program, and the body is no longer the mind. The person is now becoming conscious of their unconscious self, and it takes an enormous amount of energy. It takes an enormous amount of awareness to stay present, because to stay present is to be in the unknown. That's when you can't predict the future, and that's not when you're remembering the past. And the unknown in the program that we have as biological creatures is a scary place. It's better to run from the unknown than to hang out in it. And yet when the person wants to quit and give up, and their body wants to get up and do something, and they catch themselves, that they do that and they bring their body back down into the present moment, that's a victory.